With what's Lumley called us that he's now mad on us and tributing us exactly the same hand. Aces. Okay. But I must say, even now, I just like the call of the shove because this guy's just pure. He check raised it there against us, and we shoved and he folded and we check raised him and he tribet the turn against us and I mean I'm just so glad we played that I didn't fold against him. If I fold, for example, and see now, I was just saying I'm really motherfucking stupid because we saw like what he's doing and now I'm folding queens there against the guy. So no regrets, no regrets at all. Riem is Recro. Okay. We're gonna mix some like this. Check calls. Usually check folds, so that's telling me his range is weaker. We're blocking aces. I'm gonna overbet here. Oh, this guy's repping Jack of Spade hand. This guy's repping like a Jack 10 of Spade, King Jack of Spade, and stuff like that. And I just don't understand what type of bluff he can have here. Only thing is if he's doing like King Jack, turning King Jack with the King of Spade into bluff. Like that's only thing here. Okay. But basically he's repping only that. He's basically repping only, and we don't know anything about him, but it's so unlikely, I think, because only thing he can bluff there is the King Jack with the King of Spade there. And we look like really strong, we look like a set. And in that range, he's now like bluffing, I don't know. If he checked there, I would definitely bet ace queen. This guy, if he's bluffing, he's gonna continue from what we saw from him. Okay. Sorry guys, I can't, I just can't chat with you when the things are like this. I'm gonna raise here. And you're asking, like, when we made this line, what can we bluff with it? Okay. I think I'm gonna fold here. I'm gonna fold here. Called for. I think I'm gonna fold also here. Okay, 8%. Big blind versus cutoff. I'm just gonna fold. Big blind versus cutoff of like low 3-bet. I'm gonna fold. 3-bet here. Betting here. Vincero is recro, I think. Again, we are disconnected from the OBS. It's only happening in this time, so nothing strange. Yep. Okay, guys, we are back. I see. We are back. We are again disconnected. It's all because OBS. In this time, he always do that, so it's not on us. But we are reconnected, so nothing's lost. Agu Borges, one tabler, so he's a recro. He's tabbing everything. I think we just need to raise here. He did get a gut shot. We're just raising here. It feels like an 8x. We are tributing him third time. We show the hand. We show the king queen suited. So we had a hand. And we now get the all in when he has how much? Yep, the guy definitely didn't have luck with the kings there. He's value jamming them. He's gonna be called a lot with worse. When I'm raising there and he's jamming 150 blinds, he's gonna be called often with the worse. So really unlucky play. But also, it's like, what can he do? He did everything right. He used the small size to let the wider range in. He bet small on the flop so he can get raised, and just unlucky that we had two pair there. Okay. I'm really not sure what the guy's repping here. I'm really not sure. What he's repping here? It feels like he's repping force. I'm gonna raise it. And he hits the a7. I mean, I feel like we have the best hand here. We check behind. He bets. He's gonna bet. He bets small here and small here again. I felt we were good there. I don't know. It's not mine. Coffee machine. It's from my mom and dad. So I don't know. I don't drink coffee at all. So I just don't know. But when it goes off, I'm crazy. I mean, recro. I want to see what will happen there. I don't drink coffee, so I just don't know. But it's just like suddenly it goes on. Interesting hand here. Can we get the 1 all in here? No, we can't. We're gonna hit the ace, but we're not gonna be good. Giving 30 to like how much? 90. 30 to 85. It's like 34% needed. We have that, of course. Lombardo. Okay. And look at this size. Like what he's wrapping with that size. And we don't know anything about him calling from small blind. I think he's gonna have like also like bluffs there. But with that size, I mean, is he betting? Is he raising like trips there? I just don't know. Okay. He's bet check back betting decent amount. But this feels like this feels like a jacks here. But we saw that he's bet check betting a lot, so he's gonna definitely have bluffs. Okay, I'm gonna raise. Let's see how he reacts to squeezes. Okay. I'm gonna bet here. Around 40% he's opening. Maybe even GTL like 42. A real bad river to do anything. Okay. Ace 10 check against this guy Gewald. Basically everybody that isn't marked except Pape 67 are probably a fish. I don't know here. Just gonna fold it. I didn't want to stab it because I felt it's too good to bluff. And then he's delay c-betting and I don't know him. And he's short. Charging Vapos. Think two table are okay, we're not gonna do anything. is also two tabler, so nothing. Mangula is a recro. Checking. Okay, I'm gonna double check. Okay, we're gonna bet. Trying to get the check raise here, but he didn't do it, so it's okay. Suddenly records are checking the shit out of us, but whenever we check, they're stabbing. But when we have kings, no. I could also delay it and bet the river. It would also be okay. Look at this. First 3-bet. I'm gonna fold against this guy. Falling to delays. I think he's gonna have like clubs, so I'm gonna overbet it. He's not gonna have big ones, so I guess it's okay. Bent mania. Okay. Fold. Poker nap. Betting here. I think the 9x is betting always a river. King Jack, okay. Let's see what we have about him. Okay. Guys, we are not gonna get this chest. You were right. I thought we're gonna get it, but there's no fucking way we're gonna get it. No way. Okay. Just gonna call with here. Bet small. Fold here. call once more. Okay. I'm not sure what is this guy rapping now, but I saw like he's gonna like float here. He's like now rapping I don't know what. Like I'm just gonna call here. Like that should stab the turn. And I saw that he's like bluffing with this, checking back weak and betting the river. He's like rapping here like a, I don't know, like an, I mean he's rapping an overpair, but he shouldn't have ever an overpair here. So I'm just seeing like what he's betting here. Doesn't have any sense. But this guy would like float king jack, king queen. He's gonna float that and he's gonna check behind the turn and then bluff the river with it. So I'm cool with it. And he's gonna check behind also flush draws sometimes, and when we like check there we are just looking really weak, and I think he's gonna bluff there. This is the guy, I'm not gonna mark him as a, I'm just gonna mark him as a fish. Again, limping. Alex Sinex. This guy is a recro. Don't like the turn immediately. We just lost the ability there to do anything. I'm just gonna show down it 4-5, okay. And also, this guy's too tabler. I thought maybe he's a reg. I'm gonna call here. This guy's opening really a lot, so okay, call here. Then 5 fold, okay. I just think I played 4 tables now just because I think it's the best way to finish it. I'm gonna be like few more days in my parents, and I want to spend time with them and relay and take a bit of rest from poker, because when I come home I will need to play. Okay, 10%. It's Lila call against 10%. Okay, I'm gonna fold here. just gonna call 8 10 and 3-bet. He's falling really a lot on 3-bets. So we're gonna we're gonna just 3-bet like really polarized, like, I don't know, deuce 9 and stuff like that. Betting really big, and he doesn't have like 5-8. Okay, I'm gonna check raise. I think here the problem is this guy doesn't even have like a ever straight, and we have, so let's see here. Okay, we're gonna call. I mean, we're calling anyway. Just want to see his range. 12%, okay. So this guy will have like eights plus. This guy check raise bluffs will be like a lot of 10x hands. Really unlucky river, I think. This is that spewy guy. Okay. I'm gonna raise here. I'm thinking about here. I'm gonna bet like this. I just wanted to give him opportunity here to do something. And he's not checking that. Stabbing 60%, and he's now checking the ace jack here. Isaac Kim is telling that basically playing without HUD is on stars. I think if you're playing a lot, I mean, in 4 months you will get a sample, But sooner than that, it's hard. We're playing like month and a half, and we're still not getting the sample. So it's gonna be hard to get sample. And basically, without sample, you can say that you are uh, like playing without it. But if you're playing like lower, like there's like no sense of HUD at all. Just mark the regs and records, and that's it. Because I don't see a way you can get sample there. To play NL50 to get sample, I don't think it's possible. But I mean, when the pool is smaller, then it's possible to get a sample quicker. But really hard to like this Zoom 100 has a really big pool. Okay, he's gonna check folding a lot in multi-way, so he's gonna call like 9x here. He's gonna call here like every draw, so it's not that bad. Check. But basically here I would have the same result without HUD, because I rarely use the HUD. Okay, on some regs we use it, but it was really hard to get the sample. We are still not getting the sample, so we're gonna finish the challenge without meaningful samples. So it's just like it is. I think it's much worse on NL50 and NL20. I think the pool is even bigger there. NL200 I think has a little smaller pool, but still big. So I guess you can play without HUD on the lower ones like NL50, NL2, NL20, and NL100 also. If you're like playing, I don't know, like you have some challenger stuff, or you have a bet. I saw like that many players are just playing for some reason. I saw like few challenges there, like bets and stuff. So if you're doing like that, then I understand. But you just don't need HUD then. Just gonna jam here. There's no sense in check raising 30 and just gonna jam. So basically what I'm saying, it's really hard to get sample, and HUD doesn't mean a lot. It's much better to just write reads, write like reads, and when the session is done, uh, try to get population data, and that's it. Because HUD, I mean, look at, for example, now I'm just basically not even looking, because like many of these players, that sample doesn't mean shit. I'm gonna call against this size, even hand that is like this. I'm gonna check raise here. Folding gut shot here. This guy tribet us with king jack off. Just gonna jam here. We are not betting like anything lower. We bet ace-x and flush, so really bad. We made a bad bid, but real bad play. The guy's betting ace-king, and when the ace hits, he's checking. And he's gonna have like queens, kings, and we're gonna have like flush draws and stuff, so I'm jamming there. I'm gonna use bigger size now. We have like some dynamics going on here, so bigger size. Hoping he 4-bets now. I think the play was really bad checking there, because now when we know that he's checking ace king there, which is like top hand that he can have, when he's double barreling, we're just gonna call it, it's gonna be bluff. He had king jack against us, and he tried to bluff. So checking like this, I mean, he got it now because I had an ace, but I'm gonna check some aces also. I just wanted to play like this now. Okay, I'm gonna bet. Folding in position. Okay, let's see multi-way, but we're not gonna see anything because there's like no sample, so even on this guy we don't have any sample, and he called on the small blind. It's just stuff like that. I mean, the sample is impossible to get, and you just need to like know that it's like that. And maybe I'm losing a lot of time also. I look at the sample and it's gonna be, oh, I'm looking just to see something, but most of the time it's not gonna be anything. And a lot of people say that I'm just wasting time, and I think it's true. I'm definitely wasting time by doing that. Shori Lal is asking me question. With a good bankroll, what stakes do you recommend playing online? Like I said, you should like play like 100 binds for the limit. I think that's my opinion. 100 blinds for the limit. So that should be some type of the rule. So when you go like you want to go to a higher limit, you should go like to 110 binds for that bigger limit, and then if you lose like 10 binds, you just go back and try to build 110 binds for the higher limit again, and until you just move the limit up. Live play, I just can't comment that. I also really like to play live, but that's like heaven and earth on live. Live NL 1000 live is like NL 20 online, maybe even worse. So it's completely different to play, and players, and also it's bankroll, it's different. You should have different bankroll in that games. I would like most likely fold here on short. because every time we get it in, it will be 50-50, or we are drawing really bad. So, but I saw that he's big blind betting really a lot, so maybe it's a sample that he didn't use it on the small blind. That's why I get it in, but I'm just gonna fall to this guy. Look, let's see what we have about this, Alex. Okay. Just try to bluff in some spot. Was not relevant at all. Okay. I don't think this guy's like calling here under pairs. Definitely not. So when he calls, he has like ace-x or 9x or like some type of draw. He's not calling like lower pairs. 3-betting smaller because he's folding a lot. But he's not that player. The HUD didn't turn, so I fucked up here. We should bet bigger. Okay, I'm gonna call ace queen. Think it's too strong to turn it into bluff. Once we see that he did 3-bet couple of times, we can check raise here or call. I'm gonna check raise. Pretty good board. We're gonna have a lot of bluffs here, so I'm gonna check raise ace queen. Check behind here with the ace-x. I mean, we're gonna just have so much bluffs because I'm not gonna like call now ace queen. It doesn't have sense. Call here. This guy's always playing like this. I'm just gonna dunk now. I don't think he's betting jack-x. And I don't think he's betting flush with this size. I think he can probably bet a flush. This guy's always stabbing a pot. Always betting a pot. Aces are great hand to check call. You don't afraid of anything. I'm gonna bet smaller here. Like this. Didn't go through. Okay. 3-betting here. Let's see how much he calls on the 3-bet. He doesn't fold anything twice, it seems. So okay. I'm gonna bet big on this board. I'm just gonna continue betting with the kings. We're going to check shove. No, I'm gonna continue to bet because he's not stabbing a lot. He's gonna have sometimes 8x, but we're gonna have also bluffs there. So betting kings is, I'm not folding ever. I'm betting getting in, betting shove river. So really bad river. We could get probably everything there. But on this river, he's gonna have like 6-7 suited, 7-8 suited. He's gonna have all fives there. So fucked up spot. fold here. Really, really, really good here. I don't think he's... I mean, he can bet 10x probably. Okay, we're calling. But... I mean, he can bet 10x here. When we check behind, we look weak. He did bluff with this. This is like that fish guy that check ace jack that I don't know. He's four-betting like... I think he's gonna catch that ace sometimes. I'm gonna bet here. I'm gonna jam it here. Really, really, look at here. So this guy called for bet. 3-betting. Squeezing, okay. I'm gonna do it 1/4. I think we just need to bet 1/4 there. Okay, bet. I'm betting ace king and shoving the river. With that, aces had really good spot. I'm gonna use it here like this, falling there. I think I'm gonna leave one table now. just so I can be better concentrated. The pool is smaller and we can take use of that. So that's the reason I'm gonna leave one table, and I'm gonna leave this table. Yep, I think that's the smartest decision. We're gonna just leave this table here, just less hand, and that's it. Okay, we're gonna tribute him. We tribute him like 6-7 times. Okay, he's calling. Checking here. Checking. Let's see what I had. Ace queen. 4-5 suited. He didn't try anything. Okay. I think he would check raise the turn. Okay. Guys, also this guy's looking really tight. I mean bigger binds for the by that I mean, for example, I'm gonna explain it. We are betting like ace queen here, so bigger size in the term of value. I'm gonna explain. For example, you're playing NL 100, and you want to go to the NL 200. If you want to go, this guy's always stabbing, so I'm gonna check. Okay. I'm gonna explain now just to finish this hand. So you're playing NL to 100 and you want to move to NL 200. You need to have, in my opinion, that's the way I did it. You need to have. I'm gonna call because of this. You need to have like 110 buy-ins for the NL 200, so you can go to NL 200. You understand that? So you need to have, if you're having. Okay. If you're having like 100 buy-ins for NL 200, it's 20k of dollars. So you need to have 110 buy-ins for NL 200. That would be like 22k. So when you have 22k, then you go to NL 200, and when you lose 10 buy-ins, you get back to NL 100 and get it back to NL 222Ks, and then you go to the NL 200 again. So that is what I had about bigger buy-ins. So my rule was like 110, and if I lose, I mean, I just once, when I moved up, I just once had to move down. That was an NL 50, and NL 50 for me is it was the worst limit. Even now, when I look back at my hand history, I had the lowest win rate on NL 50 from all limits I played. Mambo, that's it, man. You figure it out. Okay. The sick thing is we didn't collect anything, so we definitely not gonna go. We're not gonna get this chest. Definitely not. We're just not gonna get it. I'm gonna turn it into bluff. We are not good with this ever. Okay. So we really had long session today, uh, and it was bad session, not the greatest, but we are close to the end. I can feel that. Let's see here how he plays deep. I mean, we are calling, of course, but just to have a sense of his playing deep. He's betting 24% here. Okay, so he's not afraid to play deep. Okay, I'll call with deuces. This guy's two tabler, okay. Poker nap. Two tabler, we mark him as a fish. Oh, it's a recro. But at least we are close to the end. That was my goal, just to finish it so I can play. I really missed like my old games and playing it with a full use of the program, because you have so many. You're gonna see like how it's much different when you have sample. You can just immediately know what your opponents are doing when you have a, like in this program we all have about hand range. It's hand range in every spot, and you can see like you can see the range because it's in the graphs, so it's much easier to play like that. Okay, I'm gonna call here. There is queen. Also let this guy in. 3-bet here. Let's see what we have about Pisco guy. Okay. This guy is two tabling, so I'm not gonna use a label now until we know. Uh, Also, like in the GTO ranges, like PO ranges, and I think most of the regs using them are like always 4-betting ace queen off every time. in like cutoff and in most in middle position. And but I guess that's okay when you're against tight range and that's like your hand that you're not gonna call. But look at this. This guy is 3-betting and falling to 4-bet and 3-betting like 11%. That's telling me he has like, if he's not calling 4-bet, he has like ace jack here, king queen off. So I just don't want to turn ace queen into bluff. I mean ace jack I would use ace jack. Even I feel ace jack is also okay call when you see like this. But ace jack okay, but ace queen is just too strong. I even think ace jack is a call because if you see that he's falling to 4-bet, that means he's gonna have a 3-bet range that can call a 4-bet, and you can like call 4-bet without problems with suited broadways and stuff. So he's gonna have more hands that are not in this range. I should bet here 8. I don't know why I didn't bet 8. I should have. This guy is like 4-betting like crazy, and like this deep 4-bet. What are you 4-betting here? And you're 4-betting a lot of hands. Like 7 out of 9 times. Really bad river. It looks like he... It looks like he has like kings here. Or he hit the ace, like ace of spade. Kings, okay. This guy had ace king. I mean, we double barrel there. The guy limped with the ace king. Okay, nothing can do. Double barrel is okay. Like nothing we can do with the queen 10 there. I'm gonna use this hand because he's opening a lot of against us and he's folding a lot of on 3-bet, so I'm gonna of course fold on 4-bet. This Nicolaus guy is also two tabling now. Six X here. Let's try to see how he plays deep. Okay. Think we're good here, okay. Henry, nothing. Fold. A recro guy here. I think I'm gonna overbet here. Okay, 4-6 guy there and ace-4. But also he's gonna have a lot of hands. Floats and stuff like that. King X is only like helping King 8. They also like to donk, so I'm gonna bet here. Oh, I went to call for it, but it's first 3-bet small blind versus button, so and we would have something here. Unfortunate. I'm just 4-betting here. Okay, I'm gonna do it like this. And this looks weak, really weak, so maybe, yep, we would want the hand, definitely. We would want the hand there. This guy is calling really, really wide. I'm gonna check raise queens. He has 25% calling range. I'm just gladly betting and betting on the river with queens. Okay, let's go here. Let's see here how much he's for betting. Okay, I'm just gonna fold. I'm gonna overbet here, like this. Okay. A really interesting hand. I feel that he has a hand. And also this guy's not tabling, so I'm gonna move the label. Or maybe he doesn't. He would bet here if he has overpair. Okay. Let's see what will happen here. This doesn't look like a bluff ever against Recro, bet check, bet shove line. So what he did, check behind here. It feel he's like repping aces or hand like nines, which is unlikely that is four betting. So mainly he reps aces here. And this guy, I don't think that the reg is bet check shoving against the Recro ever as a bluff. I think it's more likely that he did check like aces. Even that's weird because I don't know. But I'm sure it's not a bluff. If it was reg maybe, but against Recro like check bet shove, I don't think so. Okay. I'm gonna use one quick pause. I think we did a lot of hands today, and I feel like we maybe have one session left. So, and then I will be free. Okay, 50%, 46. Catherine to tabler, not gonna mark anything. Also this guy, this is Recro. Catherine, okay. I don't know how to mark this guy. It's not a fish, he doesn't have fish stats. I don't know. Just a spewy. This guy's stabbing really low. Not betting even that bluff. Okay. Okay, pause after these hands. Sit out next. Sit out next. Sit out next. Okay. Folding everything. Okay. Okay. Tricep is a reg. So I think now we're gonna be just facing the different pool, the new regs that play in these hours. Probably a reg, not a reg. Okay, we're calling here. Okay. We just can't float three-way here ever. I don't think we can just float there. Board. It's with backdoor flush draw, it's okay, but and he's like using such a big size on the recross, so I doubt that he's bluffing. This guy is really tight from the big blind versus early, like 5% tight. Calling here. I don't know if I want to bluff here or not. That's the only question here. Because it's a really, really good turn for us. Really, really good river, pardon me. I'm gonna bet here multi-way. The guy is donking. And he's a reg, okay. I mean, I mark him as a reg. Maybe he's not a reg, I don't know. But one turn I'm gonna bet like I'm betting queen here. I feel he's capped here in this spot. But I don't know him, so I won't make anything. Fold here. Here. Okay. All of these are two tablers, and I don't know how to mark them, or because I just don't have a feeling yet are they regs or not. For example, this David guy is street tabling. Okay, so we're gonna mark him as reg. A6, okay. My ears started to hurt. Up. Which I guess is we did start playing, I don't know, 11. We're playing a lot. I'm not gonna have raise range here. Even with deuces, I'm gonna just call. Wow. I even thought we're gonna lose from queen jack here. Just bet half of the pot and the river is great. But we are like winning against like 6-7 suited, 7-8 suited, 8-9 suited. So we're just losing like from queen jack and queen of the spade and club. So maybe the bet is better. Just because we are then folding. And when he's checking, I don't think he has a hand ever, except a full house. He's gonna check like top full there. That's why we want to bet like half of the pot with ace-x. Maybe even 1/3 there. Maybe even 1/3. And we would get the pot. We would get the pot there. Okay, let's three bet him. Again, this guy's calling. And I immediately hate the positions and everything. Hate the spot against 3 players. We just can't do anything here. Unfortunately, we just can't do shit. I'm pretty happy the way I played today. That's like the sickest thing. We are down a lot, but I really felt we played good. We are just calling the bluff. We're just called in all the bluffs we were called, and some of them are pretty weak calls. So I like the way we play the hands, even the one that we were called. So I just can't be mad on me. I mean, I felt I played really good. Even we are down. I mean, we had the days where we're up and we played much worse than this. But we just lost some sick hands, like I remember these 4-bet pots with 5-6 on our kings and ace king on king queen when the guy like called 90% of stack and leave 10% on the on the turn, stuff like that. Okay, calling with the 9-10. One check raise here. So we lost pretty sick hands. So it doesn't show any way, but I remember them. Okay, call here with against Noki. I'm just gonna check here with this. Call. He's gonna have like ace 10, ace jack, ace of clubs, everything. Okay. Call here. I'm just checking again. Jamming now. Okay, try to bluff this line, okay. There's no hand that is playing like this. And here like to make a really weak call is okay. Because there's like no hand. He's wrapping like an ace queen here. And that's pretty much his wrapping. So okay. And he's not betting ace queen that big on the river. He wants to get value with those hands. And he's gonna sometimes bet it also on the turn. So he's wrapping shit there. Fault here. I much better feel when I play 3 tables, I must say. I'm just not good enough to play 4-1. So it was mistake that I today play 4 tables. I won't do it ever again because I just can't take it. I just can't like follow anything and don't like it. Look at this. His c-bet strength is minus 27% when he's betting like this. So basically he's bluffing with his size a lot. So when I see that, I'm just calling. It's hard to play fives because it can like counterfy and you can get like, I don't know, 9-9 river, or it can be 7 and you need to bluff, but okay. Okay. I'm much better. I feel much better at 3 tabling. I don't understand how people can like 6 table zoom or 4 table zoom. It's just insane. How can you do it? I mean, can you just watch the? Can you like read the notes you have about the opponents? Can you like go through hard? It's so hard. Jaya Mamba is asking me. Let's see what the guy screenshot us. Oh, nothing. Which was your best in the money entity? I don't have any much good of the results in entities because I didn't play a lot of them, and I really feel I'm running also really bad. It's the feeling I have, uh, but also I think I didn't play them really good. I'm not that good in MTTs as I thought I am. I won like, I don't know, 10k bounty builder, and that's it. I had a couple of good scores in party poker, and that's basically it. On party poker, I think I won, I don't know, like 15Ks. But I played with a friend, and on Sunday Million, when we're anniversary, when we're 10th year of the Sunday Million, when the first place was 1.2 million, I was 20. I played with a friend. We were together 20 something. We lost. I remember the hand. We had King Queen suited. We opened. Guy three bet us, and guy was. I felt he was like pretty loose, and we shoved. We were like average stack, and we shoved there. And the guy was tanking a lot, and he called. Look at this first three bet from early middle position, 200 hands. He tanked a lot and he called and he got king queen, and he got 8-8 and we have king queen suited, and the board was combo draw for us, and he had set immediately. Just just fucking bad feeling. I just knew that it wasn't gonna that we could not gonna go get it. I immediately knew. I think I'm gonna bet 1/3 here. I immediately knew when he called. I just knew we're gonna lose this, and maybe we shouldn't do it. But if I call there, we would get a combo draw, and it would be the same. I mean, I'm not folding that board anytime. So, and if we won that, we would be like, only 20 people left. We would be like really in really good spot. I don't know why I said shove. We're just like thinking, and I said like, I feel he's low. He's like light. I feel he's light. Let's shove. And my friend said, okay, let's shove. And we shoved. And he just tanked it. And I was like, fold. I didn't want to see a call. And when I saw the eights, I just knew we're gonna lose it. Really good board for us. Really, really good. So there is no much luck in entities for me, but I just need to get better. I didn't play a lot of them. On stars, you can see on Shardscope, I didn't play a lot of them. Uh, I I was working on the game. I must say that I was working on the game. Last, last like this guy doesn't have any 6x in the range, so it's really good. Call here. I'm gonna bet bigger. I'm not gonna float against fish. And I'm gonna fold here immediately. So what can I say? I didn't maybe deserve to win something big, but that was like a really good opportunity. Maybe the best opportunity I ever had. I also had one really good opportunity into the party poker. Um I lost a really big tournament on party, and that was like really sick. We were third from it was six max tournament or eight max, but we were like we weren't in the final table, and we were like third on the chips, and we called the guy forbet us. We called a forbet with kings. Uh, we get a top set and we lost. The guy get on the turn he shoved with the open ender and hit on the river, and just insane, and we lost that, and that's like the biggest disappointment ever. And that thing I think I ripped my shirt and everything. And I was like yelling. I was like yelling, it's not it's not fair. Why me? And my wife was like waking up. What happened? She was like afraid that something happened. Uh, just gonna jam here. And I just had I played the hand perfectly and I lost, and I would be like definitely first on that tournament, and it was like a big first place. First place was like 60-70k, so we would definitely won. We would won, and we won, I don't know, like 5k there on that tournament. Maybe first place was even more. And I know that I ripped my shirt. uh I throw out the mouse, everything, and that's like the biggest tilt I ever had. I never did anything near that. I mean, when I lose on cash games, I'm mad or anything, but I never ripped my shirt, and I was never like that mad in my life. And I remember that very good. That feeling, it was the worst feeling ever. And you just can't feel. You just can't feel that in a cash game ever. In a cash game, there's like no feeling like that. In a cash game, okay, you lose and everything is cool, but in a tournament when you lose, it's such a stressful experience for me, and I don't know if I could ever like live from entities. I just don't know if I could do it. It's too stressful. Look at this. I'm gonna call forbet. I'm gonna whatever this is. I'm gonna forbet it. Because we are I think we are This guy can have like fives here, sixes, king, queen. He can basically have anything. He can have 7-9. Gross. I should just shove there. It's a mistake by me. But of course, I wanted to like give him opportunity to bluff. So maybe it's not that bad of the play. Because he can basically have anything. I see that he's a fish. He can have like anything. And if I'm shoving and he has like, I don't know, if he had now 7-8, he's gonna have like 5-6 suited. For the 8 players here. One also important thing is that to get this chest, we maybe have like 10k hand more, and this is impossible to do it. So definitely it seems like this chest, like people warn me about it when I was like, but I just feel that in this chest is something great. It looks like so good. It's just something really good here. So I'm gonna play regular tables to get this when I finish this challenge. Okay. He's now wrapping 6x. He's gonna have 5-6, I think. Okay. Call here with the king jack. Feels like a 10x here. Is he gonna bet small now? It feels like he will. Yep. And we don't know how he plays. To shove here and rep, I don't know, 8s. It's always great to rep something, but I just don't know the player, and okay, I think we have a clear bet. First, it's not him. Okay, I'm gonna wait for it. I think I'm gonna call also here like 17% of hands. A6 suited is okay against that. Cutoff versus middle, 8%. This guy limped call with ace king. He flopped the nuts, 10 jack queen. I'm gonna jam against this size. I'm gonna bet like this. Call. He cashed out here. Wow, and we make a bad bid. And the guy cashed out. It's so sick. I think that those cashing outs should be like closed. Doesn't exist. It just kills the poker, I think. Because poker is the game that has that rules that you can lose, that the weaker hand can win, and by doing this I feel I don't like this. I mean, I just don't like it. Look at this. And I'm gonna raise here. I'm gonna use 1/3 here. I'm just gonna bet here and like rep 10x. Feel he has like ace high and 8x. Just gonna think it's gonna be okay. So what I was trying to say, uh, I was starting to talking about this. There's like no way we can do it. But after I'm done with the challenge, I'm gonna play regular tables a bit, just to get this. And when I get this, I'm gonna just leave the stars then. Because I really think here it will be something special. The guys here on the stream told me if I want to bet, I will get max of $35. And I just feel it's much better than that. I feel it's like 500. That's my feeling, 500 there. I'm gonna fold here ace 10. Check raise here. Okay. I think I just have to call against the fish. And like he had ace king win, he can have like ace king. We have two pair here. A really bad session today, but I think we played really well. We did lost a lot of 4-bet pots and stuff like that, but I think we played good. I really feel that I played good, but we also had the big bluffs that in the good spots. We had the bluffs that we bluffed with really like in really good spots where we rep a lot, and we were called pretty light with the kings there. When the board was jack xx, the turn was ace, and we checked behind, and the river was jack again. The guy checked, we overbet jam, and he was thinking about last seconds, and he called. We had nines there, we turned it into bluff, but I really like the play we made. Just because of the spot we were in. That is spot where we're gonna always have a jack x, and he's never gonna play like that. He's never gonna check, because our also range looks like a lot of pairs, and the pairs were not bluff. For example, if the river was like deuce, we have showdown value with nines. I mean, But when the river is like when the river is is jack, we're gonna always have that jack, and I think it's a really good spot to turn it into bluff because we're gonna always have that hand, and he's gonna shove with if he had like a jack there, and he's not gonna in that position. He's not gonna have many jack X's. He's not three betting ace jack off in that position, so really good spot for us. We're gonna have a lot more jack X than he's gonna have it. So unfortunately, he did think about the last seconds and he called. Like that hand is in my head, and I'm really glad the way I played it. Even the nines are like high. But the problem is, it's really good spot. So I really like the way we played in many spots, but I'm gonna bet small here. I thought if he's calling here, if the river is non-spade, and we have like easy shove, and we're gonna have a lot of faults. We just can call with 5 high here. But if we're checking here, I don't like the check. Just don't like the check. Max one. Okay. Max one new reg. Yep, it's just like I said. Now the reg changes here, and this guy's rapping like I don't know, like a. I don't think he's gonna have a lot of hearts here. He's betting really big here. The only hearts he's gonna have is like flush on the turn also. Okay. So he's not gonna have jacks. He's not gonna see bet jacks here. He's not gonna see bet queens. He's not gonna see bet tens, and he's not gonna have then one heart because like ace queen is betting the turn. So okay. Yep, that cash out options is terrible. I would just immediately close it because I just don't understand why would anybody do it. You know what poker is. You know what type of the game poker is. So that is just like I don't know, like having. They're just like this. I don't know. I just don't think it's necessary ever to do it, and I don't know why they do it. Everybody knows. Everybody who plays poker know what poker is. Here's 1721. That's a big mistake in my opinion they made. It's unnecessary and nothing good I can say about it. Let's see what the guy had. Turn the fives into bluff, but he needs to bet the river then, because otherwise it doesn't have any sense to bet fives if it's not betting the river. I think I'm gonna close the session for today, and we're gonna just make one big session, and I think that's it. we are really really close to ending this I don't know how can I call it, uh, this nightmare. I can like sum it as we can just close this nightmare of everything. I tried really really hard. I mean, I really did try hard. I put a lot of effort, a lot of work into this that I don't think I need, because I was like analyzing the regs, analyzing the recros and stuff like that, and I failed to do something good. But I was like really putting effort here. I mean, in this challenge and everything, and I was like doing my best to uh, to analyze every hand with you and all that stuff, but when you like kill somebody and he's like starting to this type of stuff, when you like brutally overplayed him 6 7 times. Look at this. This is like really tight range that we are against here. First 3 bet. Let's see how he plays deep. He's not 3 betting at all. I'm just gonna fold. I mean, this hand is really really good, but against this like neat player, not. And if I have like regs like that guy, on my tables, like this guy, if I had them on my table, on my normal tables where we play every hand, I would just tear them apart, because I can like in less hand, in not big of the sample, I can just see like how he's thinking and the spot that he's bluffing with. For example, like that check raise on the queen xx. What is he check raising there? This just doesn't have any sense. And I just call there and I check behind immediately, just because I know that he doesn't have anything. And then he's like showing, and that's like the spot that they're gonna try to bluff. And when I see like that if we have like dynamics and play every hand, I would just crush him really really easily, because I have a lot of regs like that. And you're gonna see like in my normal games, and when you play like every hand, it's so easy to get into their head. I mean, we got into his head and we played like, I don't know, 1 hour, where we like 2 3 times overbet him, shoved against him, played aggressively, and he's like going crazy. And on the normal tables, I mean, in that spots, I'm just like stacking off so light, it's like impossible. I'm just stacking off really light, shoving, and just because when I have a feeling for them, and that's not possible in Zoom. That's my problem with Zoom. In Zoom, they just these regs just wait hands to get against me, and that's it. Like that's like mostly what's going on. I'm gonna check raise here. I'm gonna just finish this session. I think we played good, but the results are not good. I know that. Really, really bad river. 8 9 got there. Flush got there. And he's like betting without anything, without any fear here. Just a bad. I think we just have like one 2 sessions and that's it. I'm gonna try like play one big and one and few shorter, and that's it. Okay, this will be the last hand. We are down a lot, I know that, but it's just like it is. I feel like we run really bad. I lost some pots. Our bluffs were not going through, but basically I feel we played really good. Okay, we're gonna see results. I know they are bad, but what can I do? We always see results. You always want to see how we went. This is the tournament. Okay, this is that bounty builder. We lost like one hand with the queens. That's it. Okay, we lost 90. But I'm really sure that we played more than this. I played 4 tables. This is just not right. I played 4 tables. Like something is wrong here. I think we played a lot more hands than this. Like at least 7-8 Ks. Because we played from 11 something, 11:30 till 8 a.m. Okay, 8 hours. I was sure we played more than this. I'm really sure we played more, but okay, we still then have a lot to do. Let's see the everything now. We fucked up a graph a bit, but it is like it is. We are 90k hands, so basically 2 more sessions and that's it. Let's see how the graph looks like. I'm running like a shit. I just know that. I'm gonna show you. We can also go just that you see the hands that we lost. I just know we run bad, really bad. So I think you need to do it like this. You need to go like this. All hands. I'm gonna just leave here. And if I want to go to P, I'm gonna leave. So I'm gonna leave Poker Stars. I think the partner explained me like this, and you press Ctrl N8, Ctrl N8, Ctrl N8, okay, and then you put the graph like this. Is that like that? Okay, like this. Let's see how it looks like now. And like we only did 6.5 rake here, so. And I did rake back. I get rake back. I got around maybe 200 rake back. 200. The biggest I have it was 55. So around 200 I get the rake back. So rake back is 200 out of the 6.5. That's like nothing. That's like few percent, like nothing. 10% is 650, so it's less than 5% of the rake back. So our graph looks like this, and we are getting the blue one here, but the hands we lost is just like the hands we need to lose. That's the problem, and that's like what's mad. We are here running above EV, and don't give me shit that it's real. You're just gonna see the hands we lost here. Look at this. We lost here. Okay, nothing we can do here. We 4-bet. The guy 4-bet we called, and he's always checking over pairs in a spot like this, and now he's betting, and I immediately knew. I said on the stream it's a bluff. I just knew the way he plays. He had like bluff with equity, but I knew it was a bluff, so I value shove immediately. I'm saying I'm gonna immediately value shove, not call, and the guy got on the turn immediately flush. 4-bet pot we lost. We had jack 8 here. Okay, this was a bluff by me. It didn't went through, but I think here I'm betting. Okay, he's calling, and we didn't have like some dynamics here. And I guess I would shove there like an tens, jacks, queens, because he's gonna have like all pairs, fives, threes, deuces. He's gonna call everything above that. He's gonna call 7x. So I've just shoved everything here because they like think, okay, king is here. I'm. It's gonna look like a bluff. Because king is here. I'm not trapping a king. I'm gonna shove here like jacks. But the guy instant call, and I just knew. I told on the stream we're gonna be called pretty light here, and I knew that we're gonna be pretty light. We're gonna be called. I just knew. But I mean, I just have to shout this. Like, what can I, what worse hand can I have? I can have like 8, 9, 9, 10, and that's like 8 combos. And this is also really nice. I mean, we're gonna bluff with the ace blocker with like ace queen here. But we're also gonna have like king queen here. And we're gonna shove like, I think I would shove like 10s here without any problems, 9s and 10s, because he's not gonna have. We bet really big on the flop. We bet really big on the flop, and I just knew he's not gonna have any floats. So having a backdoor flush there, got there. It's not that I'm afraid of anything. I'm betting pretty big, and that eliminates his floats. And the river is like king of hearts. So that's like floats that he's gonna have like are now like what he's gonna have rarely. He's gonna have flushes that he's gonna have would be like ace 5 of hearts, uh, ace deuce and ace 3 of hearts, and like ace jack, ace queen of hearts, and that's it. Like he has like 5 combo of flushes and 7 8 of hearts, and that's it, because 6 7 is not possible. So that's like all the flush he's gonna have. So what I'm afraid if I have like nines here. Why wouldn't I shove nines? Because he's gonna have like all combos of 7x, he's gonna have all combos of 5 6 suited, he's gonna have like all combos of deuces, threes, fives, eights. So why wouldn't I shove tens here? Especially because I know how these regs think. They're just gonna think, okay, king's got there. He this is like a good card to bluff. He's gonna bluff there. It's not a good card to bluff at all, because this king, I mean, doesn't change anything. The hand that is betting the turn is shoving the river also. It's not like I'm repping just a king x plus here. I mean, he made a good call. I mean, with the a7, I'm not saying that, but I'm just saying that we would shove a lot there, and we're not gonna shove like in that spot. I know that I use big size on the flop, and I know that that eliminates his many of his floats. Even like hands like ace deuce of hearts gonna be fold maybe there with this reg. So I'm gonna see what I made here. This feels weird. Okay, the guy called 4. He bet we called. Yep, that was the hand I was talking about. That was the hand I was talking about. He's checking here and we are overbet jamming, and he called with the kings. I think this is like a really good play. When he's checking the turn, we are always going to check the jack x, and we're going to bet a lot of 9 10s on the turn here, because we have ace queen that's going to be float. Ace queen will float always, and we're gonna have like ace 5 suited, we're gonna have all ace jack off. So I'm betting like 9 10, I'm betting 6 7 on the turn. I'm betting like a king queen on the turn. So basically our bluffs will be on the river. It's like river. I mean, I'm turning nines into bluff here, and I'm jamming because I have all jack x here in this spot, and I really think it's a really good play, but we were called instantly. So all of this that we played, it's really good. Jacks here also, we played that really good. We 3-bet, this guy called 3-bet. We are betting, the guy without any equity is calling. Okay, he has backdoor something, and I called just because of him, because he was spewy. He made a couple of spewy plays, and we get the turn that is not the greatest, because I felt this guy will have like ace 10 or he, and the guy like shoves immediately. I mean, I'm calling, and the guy is calling here, which I think is okay. I would probably, I mean, maybe it's not okay. He needs to have 31%. He doesn't have ever, because somebody will also have straight here, and he's like, then just needed to hit like flush, and he did get the flush there. And really bad spot for us, because now if the river is paired, we are losing. If the king or queen is on the river, we are losing. So the spot not the greatest. How much we had equity on the turn? 67. Okay, but not. It's not like we have the nuts. Ace king here. That this was the brutal hand. Okay, this wasn't I misinterpreted. I think about some other hand. This is like a clear hand. Call 4, we just jammed. I mean, nothing we can do with the ace king suited except that. This was also like really bad spot. We squeezed there. This guy is calling and we squeezed. And we squeezed big. We got both calls and we are betting big and guy is shoving. There's like no way we are folding. The guy is 3-betting tens always. Look at these stats, 13% against UTG. He's always 3-betting tens and we are losing basically from 7s and 4. That's 6 combos. He can have combo draw. He would value shove ace 10 against us, so just a spot where we can do shit. Ace deuce bluff that we tried again. We 3-bet, the guy called. We bet. He called. We are betting here. He called. I really think the queen is real good for us. We're gonna have like all combos, so queen 10 and king queen. We're gonna have ace queen with spades or with the diamonds. And I think ace deuce is just a clear shove here. The guy called on the river. I like the play. Okay, we had jacks here. We lost against ace king pre-flop. Okay, we had ace 9 here. Okay, nothing here. We just we called the 3-bet. Okay, we call a 4-bet. I apologize. We call a 4-bet. The guy bet. We called. And only thing here is, do we want to shove here? We have all ace queens in this spot. I really feel that this is also a good shove. We have like all ace queens. But just basically from our range, like we're gonna have like king queen. We're gonna have jack queen jack. We're gonna have 10 queen. All that pair plus draw hands. I feel like even ace queen wants to call in this spot, because we can get the money in on the river. That's why that's why I decided to call. And of course on the river he shoved there. If he's checking, we just need to shove. I mean ace 9. Yep, I would just shove ace 9 here. Kings against 5. This hand was brutal. This hand was really brutal. Look at this. And like that hand's not showing in the EV, and we didn't do ever shit like this. So he's calling a called 4-bet, and we're betting here 1/3. He's calling, and on the turn we are betting like we should be betting, and the guy is jamming. And also, like, when he's calling this spot, he should be calling like this. I mean, because if he's like jamming here, every time that he calls on the turn, we need to shove our bluffs. Like ace king, we bet here, and we want to bet like ace king here in a 4-bet pot. And whenever he's calling this spot, we want to jam the river. I'm going to just make it a note, because I know if he's jamming 5-6 here, he's going to jam like, he's going to be always kept in this spot. And he doesn't have like any set here in this position. So I think he if he's smart, he's wanted to have a call here because he's gonna float here with the king jack of clubs. He's gonna float here with the, I don't know, ace of diamond hands, ace 10, ace jack, and he's gonna float those one. He's not gonna shove them. And if he's just calling, his range is then weak, and I feel that he should call like 5-6 there. I mean, not he, but I would. This guy 4-bet us, bet the flop, we called, and he bet the turn. We called the turn, and I didn't bluff the river. I didn't bluff the river here, but I felt we're not gonna win. I thought that he has kings or like ace of spade, like I don't know, ace queen of spade. So I didn't want to bluff because we bluffed the guy in a 4-bet pot. We jammed on the river, and it was like few hands before of this. That's the reason because I feel he's gonna call not kings in this spot where when he folded there, he's gonna just want to check the check here. He wanted to check here. He would definitely call. I had that feeling from the dynamics that we had. Okay, let's see here what I did. It looks like some type of bluff or okay, nothing. We did here. The guy raised it and I just shoved. Okay, standard and we lost. So all these hands we played really good. Yep, and also this hand, yeah. This hand I immediately knew I should shove the river. Because it looked to me, what the fuck is he betting? It looked like he's betting 8x there. He 4-bet ace 8, we called. And he bet here without anything. We called. And he turned the 8 here and he checked. I checked behind, and on the river he's now reopening betting with the smaller size. And he's betting queens, kings, aces. He's gonna bet all of this, and even tens will be bet. And he's now betting like this. And I immediately knew, oh my god, he's betting like 8x. 8x or bluff. If we jam here, he would fold ace 8. Because he would never expect this. To turn this into bluff. And like I said, we always have jack X that we're gonna play like this. We're gonna jam some of them, we're gonna check behind some of them. So, but call it is definitely it's at least a call, because if he's having ace 8, he's gonna have like ace 9 then, or he's gonna have like king 10, or he's gonna have like, I don't know, just random hand like he had now. And he's gonna check if he thinks he doesn't have fold equity. And if he jammed here on the 8, I'm calling, of course, with the 4-5. We have a gut shot and he can bluff easily there. So again, spot, we didn't do anything wrong, and we needed to call or jam. But jam, I really like jam. And look at this, for example. We just took a big raise here, and the guy's calling. And he's hitting a king here, and it doesn't show in EV, but you can do shit here because he's gonna have like all king queens here. He's gonna have like all jack X hands. You just can't do anything there. But he hit the nuts. He hit the gut shot, the only thing he can hit to win. And like also this hand, I just feel we played perfectly when I see hands that we lost. And the hands that we won are mostly like from aggression, and we didn't have a lot of good hands. Look at this, and he's calling, and we are betting big on the flop, 3-way, and he's getting a queen, and he has $11 or how much? 13, 15, $15 left. What can I do here? And it doesn't show any way. He's like calling. He can like if the turn was ace, he's folding king queen. He's like playing like that. Don't understand also. Ace 10 here. Look at. Let's see this hand. I remember it. I checked twice against this guy. Before betted, he called, and I checked twice. Let's say I just wanted to play. Okay, I'm gonna check twice here. Check is fine, really fine, because we're gonna have kings here, we're gonna have jacks, we're gonna have tens. I'm gonna, against 16%, I'm gonna forbid those. I'm gonna check twice here, and he's getting king on the river. And when he's betting, he's raping practically king queen. Of course, we need to call, and I don't think we ever need to turn this into bluff. So, just again, nothing we can do. Here we have queen 9, and stuff like that. So, limped pot. We are check raising, and that's it. So basically, stuff like that. We're check calling. Okay, we did check call and we raised the turn. Okay, I like you in that. And he's betting, I'm check raising, he's shoving. And this guy looks, for now when I look at him, he looks like a fucking nit. And he's gonna like call ace 10 and ace king here, just he's gonna jam strong. It looks like now, but in that time I didn't have anything about him. And we have like a 2 pair here. But I just feel he's gonna like, if he's having a 1 pair here, he's never doing this. I just felt that because look at his stats. But now I can see, when we played that, it was like 5 hands. We didn't know anything. Queens here against trees. The guy just called and hit here. And 2 recros we're betting. The guy's only calling here and jamming the turn. And also, like, when I see this, it's like really bad feeling for me. I said immediately that because he's calling from a small blind and he's not jamming 5s there. But nothing you can do. He can jam worse. Okay, aces here we lost against. Okay, guy called with a flush draw here on the turn. I really hate the call. He doesn't have equity to call here ever with the jack 8, and he called. Okay, let's see. And I mean, that's like the biggest hand we lost. We had 5-6, and this was like this was my biggest mistake. This was fucking biggest mistake I made, and I'm really this guy called. Look at this hand from the beginning. This was a big mistake for me, and I don't know. I just didn't think through hand, and I think we played 4 tables there, and I didn't have time to think. But it's like a clear call on the river. Call as a house. Call big as a house. Guys calling a 3-bet here. We are calling here. The flop goes check. We hit the second pair on the turn. The guy is just calling on the turn. The guy is wrapping ace queen of spade and ace jack of spade, and that's an ace jack of spade. It's not even calling. I think calling 3-bet in these positions. And he can like easily turn ace queen into bluff. This was so big mistake, so big mistake. He shot. I instantly. This is instant call, so bad. I remember that hand. I was so mad, and I also should have folded this. But the way I played the hand, I hate folding in this when I played hand like this. So I'm basically I'm not gonna overfold in these spots when I check behind here, because we need to defend this capped range, and I defended it. But also I think queens are okay call, because he's not gonna have ace king and we're blocking ace queen, and his range doesn't have a lot of aces in the range. Also he's folding, like he's opening 18-16% and folding half of it. His range is like ace queen off, and it's some of that is 4-betting, and like ace jack suited and ace 10 suited, and like flushes, and flushes are like king queen suited. But also like I saw that he's turning pairs into bluff here, and that's the only reason why I called. He's gonna have like all hands like 7s, 8s, tens, fives. He's gonna call fives, fours even, and fours of spade, fours with the spade. He's gonna call fives with the spade. He's gonna call because he's not falling to a c-bet very much. And I saw that he's turning pair into bluff with the big sizes, so that's the reason why I decided to call. Okay, and let's see ace king. What happened? Ace king against jacks. We 4-bet or we just call there. The guy bet the pot there. I don't like the way I played the hand immediately. The guy was recro, and that's the only reason. I didn't expect that he's betting, but I thought he's like betting tens here. But then I remember he was betting pot on the flop. He's not betting pot with the tens, but it seems he is. So uh, I should 4-bet pre-flop, but the guy was recro, and they're like 3-betting in these positions like 7%, and we are deep. He's going to 3-bet less, so call is okay. But on the turn when he's checking, I feel we need to bet ace king, just because of the blockers, and he's not gonna have a good hand when he's checking here. So we should attack this range. This was a mistake. Kings. We lost against ace king. Okay. And basically that's it from the bigger hands. So I don't know. I think we played really good. It doesn't show here, but I felt like we played really good. And we have like 10k hand more, 12k hands more till the end of the challenge. Okay, so I'm gonna just I don't know how, but I'm gonna make one bigger session like this, 5k hands and two of the like 3k hands, and we're done. Okay, guys, thanks. Thanks for chatting with me. I'm sorry that when I was for tabling, I didn't even look at the chat. So sorry about that. We are close to the end, and I just can't wait to end it. But I'm not gonna ever play for tables. I'm just not capable to do it. So it won't be happening anymore. I'm just gonna stick to 3 tables, and that's it. Okay, so I'm gonna see you. I don't know when, but I'm gonna see you maybe tomorrow or day after. And we're gonna have one more like a session like this, and we're gonna have like two shorter ones, and that's it. So see you and bye.